Welcome everybody back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is Stars Order 7. This is Das Horse House. And we have ourselves another Triple Crown run to do. So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The first one wasn't too bad, honestly. Second in Livermore, I was very hopeful we'd end up actually winning that. Second in the Tarasino, third in the Tarasino, third in the Windsor Park Plate. So, the New Zealand Triple Crown, it's not bad. Like, Tidal Force, I thought would be a good runner and was a good runner. And it was always a question of whether they'd get up to a mile 2, and they might have done. I decided instead to go to a mile 1 for the Arkansas Derby, so that was a much better fit. Didn't win any of the races, but I think for the first season, and kind of not really having many options, really. Going into 7 furlongs in a mile, it was much demure and Tidal Force, so I just decided to run them both. Now, moving on to the Kentucky Derby, which is coming up soon, we can book it. We got so many more options. We've got, honestly, I mean, Tidal Force, Pastel, Pure. I'm not sure should run it, but they should have the quality. Swan Dive as well, I would say. Like, those three are kind of like, I'm not sure's. Distance-wise, I feel more a little more compelled to go for Sweet King Bray's Demolition Damager, and I'm kind of leaning towards Promise Princess. I've got to be honest. I think that's just a fantastic horse in the making. I don't know. I feel like Preakness more than anything, but I just feel that second at the Summit, I kind of held that against her for a while. And, like, you know, it's a second place. It's not a win, blah, blah. It's a really tough race really early in the seasons. And you're running against, 4 and 5-year-olds and even a couple of 6-year-olds. Yeah, you were beaten by a good horse that's 2 years older than you and has won 11 Group 1 wins. Like, when you take everything into play, I think, like, there's just something there that I think just looking at this as second place and not a win is a little deceiving. And then winning the Florida Derby over horses I know are pretty decent. I don't think it's my best horse by far, but I feel it's a lot better than I've been giving it credit for. Maybe I'm even overstating Sweet King Braze. We've just seen, a couple of trips down under. Again, overstating this one a little bit. And then we're seeing a couple more runs and like, maybe it's not the where I thought it was. And Demolition Damager as well, I'm kind of in that same boat, although it's mainly the potential, because if we'd have got like 90% ability with that extra speed, I'd have all the confidence in the world. We just never developed the potential, and I don't know. So yeah, I don't know whether I'm over or underestimating those three. And my next three, I don't know. Tidal Force, Pastel, Pure, Swan Dive. I like those. Much Demure, I don't feel is gonna get the distance. That's, again, a good horse. I don't think it's gonna get distance. CPG is just not a top grade 1 winning horse. That's all there is to it. And I'm fine with that. I think we've got other good runners, but yeah. So let me know what you think going into these races: Triple Crown, America, and Canada. We've got the pair of them. So it's it's the Kentucky Derby, Preakness, and Belmont, as well as the Queen's Plate, Prince of Wales, and the Breeders' Stakes. I mean, it's not even just about those either. We've got the French, Australian, South African coming up as soon as the Belmont's done within a couple of weeks. So we could run back-to-backs. We could. I don't feel that's kind of what I want to do. And each of those starts off at a mile. So, again, I feel Tidal Force could do something. Maybe Derby. probably Preakness. But since everyone else is on distance, I think we rule Tidal Force and Much Demure out. We run those two: France, Australia, South Africa. I think that's kind of the idea. We'll pick some, maybe Much Demure in South Africa, because that goes a mile to a mile 1, and the other two go a mile to a mile 2 or more. It does end up the longest, but unless we win the first two legs, we're going to run a different horse in the third legs of all these anyway. Just whoever's got the most distance that I like is probably going to get the third leg at USA, Canada, France, Australia, South Africa, UK, Ireland, and Japan. Like all their third legs are really long, and UK, Ireland, Japan, I believe the second legs are a mile 4, going up to a mile 6, and then a mile 7 in Japan. So yeah, whether we can run those or not, I don't know. But unless someone wins the first two legs for Triple Crown, as always, we will change things up. We will pick someone else that fits. But we've got a lot that are mile 1, so I think that covers a lot of the first round and some second rounds. So Kentucky Derby, Preakness, Queen's Plate, Prince of Wales, the Essay, Poulain and Pouliche in France, the Randwick Guineas in Australia. I'm trying to remember these. The Guineas are in South Africa. I can't remember the name of that one. It's the Cape Guineas, something Cape Guineas. Then the 2000, 1000 in UK, Ireland, and the Satsuki in Japan. I remember that one. I don't remember the other two in Japan. But yeah, so I think they're all like a mile until you get to Japan, which starts at, I think it's a mile 2, a mile 4, mile 7, I want to say, for Japan. So at least that first leg, we should have a lot of runners. A lot of the mile 1s can run the miles, as well as Tidal Force and Much Demure. So that's kind of the plan, is to kind of start setting aside some of these horses. Like I say, we're in the end of April, start of May is the US and Canada. And then mid-June is France, Australia, South Africa. Start of August, UK, Ireland. End of August, Japan. So it's kind of all stacked in the second to third kind of quarter of the month. And yeah, I still haven't made my mind up, but I think Promise Princess is US or Canada. And one of these two, US or Canada, probably Demolition Damager. Probably the other one. I think that suits. And Sweet King Braze, I don't know. I used to be a huge fan of this horse. Now kind of I'm kind of not. So yeah, it's very difficult to judge them. And again, we got so many at the same distance who have very, very similar attributes and stats. It's so tough to judge. And then I've kind of got to go off racing record, which means my favorites aren't high up on that list. Because yeah, Sweet King Braze 1, Demolition Damager 2, Princess 3. Looking at results, it really should be Princess 1, probably Damager 2, or Sweet King Braze 2, the other one, number 3. But like, Swan Dive could be right up there. Pastel Pure's 2 from 2 this year. And the other two are just a mile, 7 furlong. So, yeah, I don't know. It's so difficult, so tacky, and I just don't want to make the wrong mistake here. I'm thinking, like, Sweet King Braze just hasn't run well. I am thinking maybe the QE2 Cup, and we'll just see. That does kind of rule them out of the Derby and the Queen's Plate. They won't run there. But I am kind of okay with that. I'm also looking at what else we can do here. And if we're going to hold off Tidal Force a much demure, then we could try Tidal Force over the Champions Mile. Like, ballsy, but, like, it can be done. We're already running Châtillon for Bounding Orphan. So, like, there is that opportunity there. We've got nothing at a mile 4. That's fine. We've got the Kentucky Oaks built in. So then it's the Derby, and the next day, it's the Queen's Plate. And I really feel I'm not sure about this. I really do feel Princess is one. I kind of want to go Damager in Canada, but we haven't won a grade 1 on Pastel Pure, which is kind of the only reason we're not running, but has filled out a lot of potential. Like, is it time to test? Maybe. Maybe. Like, it feels really kind of strange to do that. It really does. Much demure can go into the Mile Cup. I mean, that's the thing. There's, even if we're not in the Triple Crowns, there's still other races to be run. So you've got the Preakness and the Prince of Wales. Could always run Damager in the Champions Challenge. Could always do that. They did have this. The other thing I'm thinking of, they did have distance first. So I'm thinking that could mean that they're going to get more distance later. And then I start looking at the UK, Ireland, especially Japan at the end of the year. Like, if they jump in stamina, Demolition Damager, and Sweet King Braze could be perfect for that, because a lot of these, you know, still haven't got up to a mile 2 yet. I feel kind of confident with them, a mile 4 to a mile 6, and completely then discount, like, Tidal Force unless they jump. Like, I just can't see them doing anything at those distances. But Damager and Braze, I kind of do. So I feel like this is okay. Worst case scenario, I want to run Damager and Braze in the third legs, in the Belmont Stakes and the Breeders' Stakes. Then that would be doable. That would be doable. So I can still have all these runs. So I think I'm set. I think I know what I'm doing. I've been thinking about it a while, but the only thing I came to is really don't make the same mistake I've made before. Don't get sold on a horse for the wrong reasons. Don't get sold on certain runs telling you distances when the bars tell you something else. We've made that mistake before. And don't ignore a horse that runs better than it should. Don't ignore the fact that a horse isn't running as well as it should. So we've done that with a lot of horses, right? Hey Candy for a while. Eve's Water, Eve's Secret, etc. Kind of building all those up, and Stardrum just ignoring. Like, I'm trying not to make those same mistakes, and looking at it through that viewpoint, it just feels like I need to trust Promise Princess. So if anyone's going to run the Kentucky Derby, it's got to be Princess. Because it's the one that's just running well at this distance and is consistently showing up. No seventh, no fourth, no kind of hit and miss along the way, just utterly consistent, doing the business as much as possible. Like that's the 4-year-olds we've got. That's who Princess is. At a mile, to a certain degree, that's who Tidal Force is. Yeah, trusting those horses. Pastel Pures had a bit of an up and down. Swan Dive, solid. Like, have I kind of not been fair to Swan Dive? Maybe. I've been too focused on other horses. It's a problem when you got, what, 8 3-year-olds, 7 of which you really like, and 5 of those pretty much to the same distance. One might be a touch longer. So, yeah. Agree, disagree. Let me know, comment section down below. What am I overlooking? What am I thinking too much on? But for me, I feel like running Promise Princess and Pastel Pure. This just based on this season, not last season. And again, discounting a lot of what you do as a 2-year-old moving into a 3-year-old season. It's a whole new season. A lot changes. Good horses stop being good. Bad horses stop being bad. It can all change. But yeah, let me know what you think. And we can move forward from there. Yeah. One thing's not really questionable in my mind, and that is that I don't believe in CPG. I don't think they're good enough. I don't think the bars show they're good enough, and I don't feel they run like a top end horse. I think they struggle against slightly lesser competition as well. So we're here though, Californian Grade 2 Class 1 over a mile 1 on the dirt for 3-year-olds and above. We'll kind of see how we go though. Oops. And we are off, and come on, where's my speed up? There's my speed up. It's not off to a bad start. We go towards the front. Andreo must have now. The grey up alongside us. And back to Tidy Intellect, the favourite, currently in third, making a little move now. Midday Pity, the bright grey there. Captain Sharp against the rail in the black horse. Back to Greenhead and Jump Jack right at the back. A top horse would go now. A top horse would close this distance and get out ahead. A top horse wouldn't be passed by these horses right now. And this is what I mean. This, it's a grade 2, but it should be on distance. It should be able to win. Our other good horses win these. CPG comes fourth. And just doesn't seem, doesn't seem to do anything to give me confidence. So, yeah, I'm going to call it. That's the end of CPG. We're not breeding from him, so there's no point. The girls can go to the breeding barn. The boys just go to the glue factory. That's the facts of life, I'm afraid. But yeah, we got all our 3-year-olds coming up now in these big races. And some really tough ones as well. These two at Châtillon are going to be very difficult. Damager's probably going to be difficult. Demure's probably going to be quite difficult, right? Don't know what that field looks like. But I would say that's difficult. The Orcs would be the easiest, and then the 2 Triple Crowns might be easier than these. But I need to be proved something by certain horses, so kind of going off gut, kind of doing a vibe check, and I feel more confident with some horses than others, and so kind of where we're at. Grade 1 into a Grade 1. Ooh, that's tempting. It's going to be absolute trash. I know it's going to be absolutely trash. It might be something for the breeding barn. It's probably going to be like 40% potential. No, it's actually pretty decent potential. It's almost worth breeding from. Not quite. But for 200 grand, like at the start of the game, do a little bit of betting, get yourself a horse like this who's won a maiden and who has some lineage behind them. You could come up with something. It's worse than CPG, and I don't want to breed from it, so we're going to get rid of it. But it's still one of the better pickups in the auction in a short while, which is pretty sad. Pretty sad. Okay, Ram Scoop at Kyoto. Come on, come on. Oh, the tennis show. I can win. I'm not going to say should win, but can win. Numantia Banquet back again. Kamina Bite has come over from Canada. Elusive States has come over from the States. We don't know them. Mitsubishi Swinger, Valiante Sakri, and Night Cane. Domestic ungraded with Tagular Caller. Yes, that's some Banquet, really? Like, no one else has any form. Elusive States is okay, but it's a grade 3. Yeah, it's us and Banquet, I would say. We've got to be the favorite. Like, who else gets up to 2 miles? I don't know, but I think, again, we kind of do. So it's the 2 mile tennis show, Class 1, Grade 1, at Kyoto, Japan, for 4-year-olds upon the turf tracks. 136 rated Ram Scoop runs today with a shot, maybe with a good enough win, to get up to 140 rating. I doubt this race would do it unless we won it by 8-9 lengths. Maybe that would be impressive enough. Numantia is a good enough horse, to be fair, to provide us good competition here, so that might factor into any ratings changes. They're at the back with Valiante, Elusivity, that's easy for you to say, Carmina, and then up to Night Cane, just leading out this chasing group. Mitsubishi Swinger in second, just stalking behind Tagular Caller, our leader. We're under a mile to go now, down to 6.5 furlongs. Starting this sweeping turn, we are still at the back. Here goes Valiente. Up the inside comes Numantia. Ram Scoop hasn't gone yet, but is starting to make a little move now. And as we come onto this home stretch, Numantia is going to go out to the lead. 2 from home then. Ram Scoop is going to go for this one. We've come from deep. We've come wide. We've run an almighty bend. Numantia is falling. Tagular is there. Valiente and Elusivity are both coming up the middle. Inside the final furlong, we are about half a length ahead and pushing out. A little bit of a challenge from deep. Not enough pace to worry us, but enough to take second place for Elusivity Stakes. Tagular Caller in third, trying to hold on. Hand in the air though. Ram Scoop takes the 2 mile tennis show at Kyoto for a shot of 140. Good run. Nicely done. Didn't panic when people went earlier. I mean, they didn't. I kind of did. I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of did for a second. But then we came around at about 3 furlongs from home. Really started to get in line. And then just powered on down the home stretch. Got the job done. So, pretty decent. 136 rated. We stay 136. Stay 136. It's a $3 million race. Big prestige, big prize money. The longest race of the year. Where they take racing really seriously in Japan. There's so much money in the Japanese market. It's unbelievable. Surprising that like two of the richest places to race are Japan and Australia. Absolutely crazy. But despite that, on a ninth grade one win, 10th grade overall, it doesn't move the needle. The field was not good enough. The margin of victory was not big enough. We stay at 136. And from here on out to close the season, Ramscoop is playing at a mile 4. Big races: King George, Queen Elizabeth, the Northern Dancer, the Arc de Triomphe, the Japan Cup, the Hong Kong Vase, and the Arima Keenan. It's definitely possible. I was hoping for some improvement. I was really hoping to get a 138, if I'm honest. 136 and no more. 136 and no more. Triple header at Sha-Tin then. So we go to Hong Kong. 1 mile, 2 furlong, Hong Kong Derby. Bounding Orphan, 136 rating. Used to be 139. Came second in Japan. Fell all the way back to 136. Still have a couple of good races, but less opportunity to hit 140 than Ramscoop. Which is a shame because I do believe of the two, Bounding Orphan is the better horse. We need to go out and prove it. Laurent Giroux rides again. Will he have his hand in the air saluting as we cross the line? Mile 2 Hong Kong Derby. Class 1 Grade 1 for 4-year-olds on the turf at Hanshin Racecourse. Race 1 of 3 for Florent Giroux today. Good win on Ramscoop. But does Bounding Orphan move back ahead in the race for 140? Or does it stay 136? Do we lose and go backwards? Hand advantage back? I don't know. Masama Moran, Bridget's Trump, Graphics Bomb, Ville Shenanigan, Kilnova Dona, Gallantry Hubris, Leela Words. Graphics Bomb, have I said that? Maybe Samson Beefer, Magister Shamali. They're all there. They're all behind us. We've led from the front. The grey wants to go out, but can the grey stay? Here comes the challenge. 1.5 from home. Bounding Orphan needs to do something, isn't doing something, isn't fighting back. Now is fighting back to hold on to second place, but it's not enough. We're going to finish third. Oh my God, what a run from Ville Shenanigans, taking this race at Hong Kong Derby. Not what we wanted. I love this horse. I really do. I believe in this horse. But it's not getting 140. It's not getting 140. Slightly better field. Might not lose by too much, but I'm thinking this is probably like a 133, maybe a 132. 133. Yeah. Drop another 3 back. Second in Japan, third in Hong Kong. So maybe there's no 140 for Bounding Orphan. Real shame. I love this horse. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Maybe it's not right at the top end of quality. Maybe that's just it. But if nothing else, we won the Pegasus World Cup, the Saudi World Cup, the Dubai World Cup. We won the World Cup hat-trick. 12 Grade 1 wins. And also close in others. 27 million prize money for this horse. I ain't mad about it. I'm a little disappointed, not in the horse, but just that we haven't hit 140. But I do think it's such a good horse. Probably at this point, Ram Scoops are only 140 possibility we have left. It's not amazing. Oh, I skipped the races. I skipped the races. Oh, I was so distracted. I was so. Oh, you can't see me, but I've actually got my head in my hands and I'm rubbing my eyes. Something fierce, which you shouldn't do. Squashes the hell out your eyeballs, apparently. But yeah, stress response right there. So disappointing in Bounding Scoop that we didn't watch the other races. We didn't mean to, but we didn't miss much either. Oh my god, I saw 5th place and I thought, wow, we got battered. No, we didn't. We're 1.5 lengths back. We probably overperformed a little bit. Now the 3-year-old just got in front of us. But a couple of like pretty good horses in here. We weren't bad. We lose a rating point. And I knew that was going to be a really tough race. Sweet King Braids, I saw 5th as well. I was really kind of despondent on that one too. Did you get close? No, you didn't get close. Even more good horses in this one though. We keep seeing Lindy Moore. Please let this one go to auction, please. Head Pecan, go to auction. 20 grade 1 wins. Go to auction, you're 5. I can breed for like 4 years before you decline. Go to auction. I want this horse. I want this horse. 14 million prize money. It's got a lot of prize money here. 4.1 for bated breath. Like, yeah, I'm not mad about losing to that. Coming second. I think it's a good horse, not a great horse. Magzy Sunrise, another very good horse. And Lindy Moore just keeps showing up and yeah, I don't know whether I'd buy it. But I see that name a lot. Yeah, so not great from Braze. At least Tidal Force, I think, was beaten just by better older horses. Sweet King Braze was so far back. And I'm glad I didn't put it in the Derby now, because that was my first thought. And I just don't think that it showed enough there to suggest that it would run better. Tidal Force, a lot closer. Maybe that would. Maybe that would. And you're all just clutching at straws at this point as well, because you've got no idea until you kind of get in there and race. That's why we go to the races. But overall, just not quite what I wanted to see. Not quite what I want to see. Oh, Swan Dive. Oh, Swan Dive. Yeah. Um, I'm so torn on this because kind of a coin flip between Swan Dive and Pastel Pure. Really, I should have. I was going to say I should have gone for Swan Dive, but that's taking last season into account, which I kind of said I wasn't going to do. They're so similar. If we win the Oaks by a decent distance, then depending what Pastel Pure does, there's a good chance that we made the wrong choice with these two. I'm also disappointed that I was going to go for the two guys, and I've ended up with the three girls as the three that I was fighting over for Canada and US Triple Crowns. Okay. One just kicked off for some reason. But yeah, did I make the wrong decision? I don't know. This is a good field. It's not a great field, obviously, but it's a really good field. In fact, I was expecting to see Marama Inch and More Sweets Glass in the Kentucky Derby. They're both here. Amber Lahar, another one I could have seen in the Derby. It's here. So there's a lot of really good horses. There's a bunch of good form horses. And it looks like the favourite's actually Carrie Spangle. So 2 Grade 1 wins, 1 3-1, 304. And we're just sitting at 2 Grade 2s. Yeah, we shouldn't be favourite, but we're very close to it. Form was second favourite. There's a couple others that look really good, ratings-wise. It's kind of tight at the top, to be fair. 117, 2 118s, 119, 120. We're at 122. So, Swan Diver and Carrie Spangle, we are the two that look like the tipsters and the betters are on. Coping well, lean and ready to go. For Carrie Spangle, we're moving well and fit. Lahar's parading a little lazily, which I like because that is a dangerous horse. Marama Inch is a dangerous horse. She is slightly agitated. And Drumago Florale, sweating badly and agitated. More Sweets Glass, slightly agitated. Okay. My top 3 horses I'd worry about. One's lazy, and 2 are agitated. Novastacia Slayer, also agitated. So half the field, including dangerous horses, like the 3 dangerous horses I'd most worry about, are kind of not going to run at 100%. Guess we're going to find out what Carrie Spangle is all about here. Oh. Well, I believe this is the 1 mile, 1 furlong. Is it 1-1? Yeah. 1 mile, 1 furlong. Kentucky Oaks. Bluegrass Country, Churchill Downs for 3-year-old fillies upon the dirt track. Class 1, Grade 1. Tomorrow the Derby, today the Oaks. Sure, this is a race of the something. I don't know what that would be. We're currently on the shoulder of this chasing group. Carrie Spangle out in front. Here comes Beseech Groom on the outside, and oh my god, Swan Dive just did nothing. Amber Lahar in second. More Sweets Glass up into third. It's good that we didn't put them in the Derby. Yeah, that was brutal. That was brutal. I didn't kind of see that coming, but yeah, that was a very competitive race. But a lot of the top end competitors, including ones that were above us, were either lazy or agitated. That's very disappointing. Very disappointing. If we didn't have so many other opportunities, then I'd be tempted to put that in the breeding barn right now and be done with it. We do have a lot of 3-year-olds. I definitely could do that. I'm going to try not to overreact. I'm going to try not to overreact. The Sweet King Breeze didn't run well in Hong Kong. Swan Dive just didn't run well in the Oaks. If Damager is the best 3-year-old, then I've messed up. But we're running Promise Princess and Pastel Pure. We're running double PPs. You heard me. Back to Churchill Downs. My favorite race in the world. I couldn't really put a lot of distance between these horses, and a lot of them are not performing well. Not giving me a ton of confidence going into this one. Andrea Most of Now and Irie Breen are the top 2 fancied game breds. I can see that. I know them. I don't think they're great. And I've got to be honest with you. I look at this field. The Kentucky Oaks were stronger than the Derby. Okay. Francesca Bennett, Most of Now. Rocker Thread, Breen, Sharp Gulch, Madney Prize, Potts. We've raced against before. Don't think any of them have ever really worried us. Looks like Most of Now would be the favourite and is tipped. Pisario Soir. So Rocker Thread's done. They're sweating badly. Astrogal is parading lazily. Voila is agitated. We're coping well, very fit and primed to go. I love that. I love that. We're the form horse. We're almost the top rated horse. We are the favourite. It's so close in between us and Most of Now. A form horse, almost top rated, favourite. Sure. I can kind of see that. Why there's a tipster on Pisario Soir, I'm not sure. At all. But expect maybe something from them. I don't know. I just don't think this is that strong a field compared with the Oaks. Watch as we come in 9th and get absolutely butchered and kind of made to eat my own words, but back in bluegrass country. 1 mile, 2 furlong, race for the roses, the Kentucky Derby. Class 1, Grade 1, 3-year-olds upon the dirt. And we are off and running. 20 runners as always. Or is it max of 20? It looks like we've only got 16 in here. That's interesting. That's very interesting. That means I could have snuck in even more runners if I wanted to. I wonder if I could have put all 7 in here just for fun and seen what would happen. Yeah. Half a mile from home on the backstretch, starting this turn. Then Madney Prize up front with Sentimental Shan, Irene Bennett, Crazy Girls, Pisario Soir is here. A lot of horses are here. We are still ready to go. Down then to the final furlong marker. Let's go, Princess. Put the pedal to the metal. Florent, get her going strong. Irie Breen has it at the moment. We are gaining slowly. We are pushing out. We kick on. Irie Breen drops back. Irene Bennett not able to come up. We get the job done. We take the Kentucky Derby. If it's the only Triple Crown race out of 27 we win this season, it's the one I want to win. And it's in the bag. And I maybe didn't choose the wrong horse for this. We trust the data. We trust what we see, not what we feel. And we get the win. We get so much wrong, but we got this one right. And I'm absolutely delighted about that. 2 3/4 lengths in a not great field. Irene Bennett, Irie Breen. The favourite was mid-pack as kind of expected. Don't know why they were so highly favoured. I will take that. I will take that. A Kentucky Derby winner. In order, I think my top, I'm going to say top 6 races to win this season in reverse order would have been number 6, the Everest, which I don't even think we're going to run because I don't think we have anyone at that distance. Number 5 will be the Arc de Triomphe. I'm sure we've got a shot with Ramscoop. Number 4, number 3, number 2 are very tight. But really, 4 is the Pegasus World Cup, 3 is the Saudi World Cup, 2 is the Dubai World Cup, and 1's the Kentucky Derby. So 6 we might not run. 5 we've got a really good shot at, I feel. Number 4, number 3, number 2, we won already. And my number 1 for this season, we have just won. So we could take the top 5 out of the 6 and just not be able to run the tab. Everything else is kind of a bonus. And so even though we've had a bunch of bad results in a row and we've lost the 140 chase, this is why I'm still very happy. My number 1 race, Promise Princess. My number 2, 3, and 4, On Bounding Orphan. My number 5, coming up for Ramscoop. And my number 6, did I put this on Christmas Day? Because I think I was... Yeah, I did. I put it on Christmas Day. I just don't think Bounding Orphan or Ramscoop could run. Maybe, right? Maybe we just do something dumb and run one or both in it, but I don't think that's going to work out. But I'm very happy with where we are there. I'm very, very happy. That is beautiful. Okay. I mean, that gives me a no-brainer. Thankfully, that gives me a no-brainer now. Promise Princess is going to run the Preakness. And now we got Pastel Pure. Like, we've never run this before, which means we've never won this before. And this looks infinitely more winnable than the Kentucky Oaks did. Pastel Pure is 2 from 2. It's only a grade 2 runner, but that makes it the top graded horse in this field and the top rated horse in this field, joint with Long Quercus. Barely run 3-year-olds. It just feels like this is there to be won. Woodbine, Canada, the Queen's Plate, Class 1 Grade 1 for 3 rows on the dirt track, a mile 2 furlongs, the first leg of the Canadian Triple Crown. Your favourite, and surely the best horse in this field, Pastel Pure, run by Florent Giraud on the back yesterday of a great run at the Kentucky Derby. We're out the gates a little tardy, but we do move towards the front as expected. Don't know these horses. Simon Part's going to take over the league. We get pulled back in. Unique Tolerance, Carrigan Corvée, Marbate Pardy, all there. Back to Floatmaith, Earl 16, Jaffa Gambit, Almasi Pippin, and Long Quercus is last at the moment. We're all starting to move. We're all starting to prepare for the bend. The left-hander that's going to bring us onto the home stretch, quirk us out wide in those purple silks, is going to go for this. We come onto the home stretch then. One final furlong. There's the final furlong marker. Quirk us going backwards. The field not catching up as Pastel Pure starts pushing out a little bit. Corvey and Tolerance just in there, being caught by Float Mythe, but Pastel Pure takes it. It's a 2 for 2 USA Canadian, the double, first legs of each respective Triple Crown. Florent Geroux, arm in the air. And that's the first Grade 1 win for Pastel Pure. I want to say well-deserved, but it's probably more to do with not a great field. I can't really hype that one as much. But yeah, until they're not winning a Triple Crown, they're running a Triple Crown. Swan Dive in 7th, Tyler Force 5th, Sweet King Braze 5th. Promise Princess, Pastel Pure win the two important ones. The big tests didn't play out, but Tidal Force still looks the best of this trio. For sure. Much Demure is up next in a really tough race. Like, so tough, you're almost scared to run it. But we're going to run it. Ballard Mate, Grade 1 from Britain, has won twice in Japan and once in Australia. Okay. That could be a decent horse. Highest rating's going to be Zuzi Caitlin. Well, Canadian. One Australian, that's the lowest rated in the field. And a bunch of domestics. Everyone is ungraded apart from us. A Mate who is the favourite. Can we win? Yes. Will we win? I don't know. I don't know. Tidal Force, I would have said yes. Much Demure, I don't know, but we're going to try the 1 mile NHK Mile Cup. Class 1, Grade 1 for 3-year-olds on turf here in Japan. Or maybe Hong Kong. I wasn't paying attention. I don't think we've ever run this race before either, so we do have a shot. I think that's the main thing. We do actually have a shot here. We are towards the front. We're going to be able to come inside a little bit. Ledgewood Fling right there with us. Business Money Totti. Everyone getting in position. Calmos Somerville from deep. Zozil Caitlin. And here comes Katana Dia. Oh my god, inside the final furlong. Katana Dia is just flying on through. Balded Mate up in the third. Gonna get passed by Trichedi Santani. Oh, and a pushback on the line. I thought Katana Dia had taken it. But Much Demure did not want to give this up. In the final 10th of a furlong, you'll see here we're just pushing and pushing, just getting up. Half a length on Cantanta Dia. I thought that had gone. Just what a push from Cantanta. Just absolutely storming on through. And we somehow come out with a win. And I didn't expect that. First Grade 1 for Much Demure. And the 2 3-year-old fillies on Grade 2s that I had probably underestimated. Both come through and won. One slightly more impressive than the other. But we now have another 2 Grade 1 horses, which puts us only with Swan Dive. Who, to be fair, probably has run the toughest race out of everybody. It's stupid to say, but that Kentucky Oaks, boy, was that a tough race. Best field. Like, out of just the 3-year-old race is the best field. 3-year-olds and up, debatable. Definitely debatable. Um, boy. But we came in with a goal, and that was to take first leg of the American Triple Crown. And we did that. The bonus was to take the Canadian first leg, which was much easier than expected. Anything on top of that from our 3-year-olds would have been just wonderful, but a little surprising given the races that we had booked for them. But at least that went well. 4-year-olds, one good run, one bad run. The good run didn't reward us. The bad run kind of ends at 140 horse on Boneless Orphan, which sucks because I love that horse. Well, I can't be super disappointed. The only horse from this side that's won a race, like, that's super impressive. Is is that the word we're going for now? Impressive, maybe. Um, yeah, maybe a lot of these horses are so young that they're not able to do much. It doesn't feel like there's a ton at these auctions sometimes. There probably is. I kind of want to look at Manuri. Grade 1 sire, Grade 2 dam, and the sire has foaled a Grade 1 winner themselves. I don't think it's worth buying, but we do want to see what it is. It's not bad. It's just not good. If it had a full finish application, then it probably would hit my initial limits, right? It's um, over 50% potential already realized. It's over 70% potential here. It's about 20%, a little under 20%. So you can grow that in one season technically. 3-year-old, you could be looking at like 85 plus 90 potential to fill out. Yeah, it's like so close to hitting my bare minimums. Don't love the breeding distance. Don't think it was worth that much. Um. Okay, well, yeah, good, not great. Good, not great. I think that's kind of where I'm sitting. I'm sitting good, not great. I like these 3-year-olds. I think they're solid. I've got to be honest with you. I do think that we could have run 4 or 5 horses in the Kentucky Derby, or 4 or 5 in the Queen's Plate, and probably all could have won. I'm really starting to question the way I've been thinking about these horses a lot. But I definitely feel like Princess is my best 3-year-old at a mile 1, mile 2. Tidal Force is no brainer, my number 1 at a mile. And then I quite like Damager at a mile 4. And if they jump a little bit, maybe more. And so, yeah. If Promise Princess wins the Preakness, then they get to run the Belmont. If Pastel Pure wins the Prince of Wales, they get to run the Breeders' Stakes. If either of them fails, I might run Demolition Damager in that third leg. Because I think that would give us a better chance at winning, but I'm not going to risk a possibility of an actual Triple Crown. Now, that being said, I think both of these horses can win a Triple Crown, depending on what's in the third leg. I fancy them for their second legs. I really do. I think a mile 2 was the first test. They both passed. A mile 1 suits them more. So even if it suits the other horses in the field more, I don't think that's a big challenge. The mile 4s, the Belmont Stakes and the Breeders' Stakes, are where we're going to really worry if there's a specialist who likes a bit of distance, in which case I probably should go up to Demolition Damage and or Sweet King Brace. But I think we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't think they'll be a million miles away. So we're still on for 2 Triple Crowns here. New Zealand, we got, what? Second and third. Second and second? Or is it second and third, third, and then second? Something like that. Which isn't bad. It isn't bad running 2 horses in those first 2 legs. I think it was second and third, second and third, third and 7th. I can be looking at horses to figure this out. Yeah, 3rd and 7th. So second and third, 3rd and 7th. And then we ran somebody else in the 3rd, and they came second. Yeah, Sweet King Brace ran that one. That's right. And that's kind of been his best run for a while. I think it wants a little more distance. So that wasn't a bad Triple Crown. We could be on possibly for 2 more Triple Crowns here, or at least winning 2 of the 3 legs of them. I think's a possibility at this stage. And then we still got a lot more to run. I don't think anybody's jumped yet, and I don't think they're going to. I take it back. Much Demure has gone and won at a mile and now has jumped. Okay. Okay, you're still distance and you're still mile 1, mile 2. Yeah, so like I say, good and not great, but yeah, we're gonna leave things here because I kind of think the Preakness is a little bit of a non-race at the moment, depending on the field. Same with the Prince of Wales. The big test is going to be the third leg, so we're going to start off with the second legs. We'll see how that goes. That's going to affect our thinking going into the third. Plus, the 140 hunt is still alive. Boning Orphan, miracles can happen, but we think we're done. Ram Scoop, 4 away, still got the King George at 6 and Queen Elizabeth to run. The Sword and Northern Dancers, the Arc de Triomphe, Japan Cup, Hong Kong Viz, and Arima Keenan. There's a chance. The Tancred's not a bad race either. 1.5 million, 2 million, 850,000. That's kind of the low point here with 300 grand. But then the 5 million race at the Arc de Triomphe, 6 million Japan Cup. Hong Kong Viz is 2.3 and 6 million in the Arima Keenan to end things off. Big prestige, big prize money. And I just feel that there's enough in this horse to get the job done. Which means they could easily hit at 140. So that's still live. 2 Triple Crowns still live. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope you come back to see how we progress through the midpoint this season and what we can achieve. But I think good things are coming, and they're coming quickly. So let me know what you think. Comment section down below. How did that play out? Would you have done things differently? Who would you have run? Who do you think as well can win the third legs of the Triple Crowns. Promise Princess, Pastel Pure probably are going to have their shots. They've taken the first legs, they should take the second, and that automatically means they'll be our runners for the third. But who would you run? Do you agree with me, Sweet King Braze? Maybe, maybe not. Demolition Damager, I feel a little more comfortable with. I don't know if I'd trust any others beyond that. But let me know what you think. Like and subscribe as well if you haven't. I think 60% people haven't subscribed. It takes a minute, it's free. It takes a second, it's free. Just click a button, click the like button. Really helps out the channel. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Till then, take care, stay safe, all the very best to you. Check out my other playlists that are on the channel as well as memberships that are available. And we're just getting started. This is deep in the heart of my favorite part of the schedule. And we could see a lot of fun races and a lot of big success come our way very, very soon. So be sure not to miss it. I'll be back very soon with it for you. Until then, see you folks.